Oh, hey! So our card of the week is White Dwarf. So this is really interesting because last week we had the sun, the very first card of the new year, and it's all bright and glowing and energetic, and the white dwarf is what our sun will eventually turn into after it burns out all of its gas, and what's left is its dense, thick core, its nucleus, its core. So let's dive in. The diminutive star was frozen in a quandary of polarized revelations. It was once a great effulgent star, but it had shrunk to the size of a small moon and emitted only a weak glow. Previously a regal conflagration of nuclear fire, it now floated through its own ashes like a dying ember, a thick, dense cinder of impenetrable neutronium. Yet while it contemplated its fall from grace, the white dwarf recognized the paradox in its plight. Being composed of the densest matter, the small star now had an unimaginably powerful aura of gravity that swept up all minor matter in its path, adding to its own massive presence. The star was frustrated by its inability to shine, but saw the advantage to unobtrusively gather the glistening particulates of its former incarnation and converting them into a new smooth shell of crystalline armor. Whereas previously its light had shone far and wide, the white dwarf realized that this had been but a showy display compared to the substance it now possessed. It had pull, it had weight, it was a force to be reckoned with. But while it considered these portentous matters, polarity still resonated deep within its soul. The white dwarf knew that in order for it to exercise its new profound power, it must remain in balance. With great concentration and diligence, it ultimately developed a fine-tuned neutrality that forever suspended it between the microcosmic spark of the atom and the imponderable enormity of the infinite. This card can indicate a few things: a slowing down of energy where we might be finding ourselves in a standstill. We may be feeling frustration in our attempts to get things moving. We might feel bogged down with resistance, wanting to be over there instead of here and just spinning our wheels in place. So the white dwarf is the embodiment of the phrase, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And just as our seasons change, we are changing too. We're always expanding and always contracting. And the white dwarf symbolizes that phase of contraction. And we always have to remember that everything is temporary and this too shall pass. And with every cycle, with every season, we're always learning more about ourselves with every new experience that we have. And finally, with every coin, there's always two sides plus the neutral edge, by which I mean we can enjoy our peak moments like the sun that were our brightest and shiniest, while also being grateful that the dark allows us to see the light more clearly. And staying on that neutral edge is finding the power in the paradox, in being able to accept both sides as equal. So no matter what life throws at you, you are wise enough to know and respond with an experienced mind and heart. So what did the white dwarf card bring up for you? Tell me in the comments below. I love reading what you have to share. All right, till next week. Bye. Mwah.